always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. What? You got it going on. What? Happy Tuesday before Christmas, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we good in these YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch streets? Are we good? X streets? Are we good? Wait for the confirmation. Hope everybody's good on this fine Tuesday. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. All right. So we got yes, the Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve's Eve. Would that be proper? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, so yeah, we got a few things to discuss today, and then we'll cap with the golden age of America that is burgeoning, and we'll see how Democrats spin this one. But the Epstein files. Anyway, so let's start with some terrible news. So former Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse announced he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer and is, quote, going to die. It is awful because we all know pancreatic cancer is the silent killer. Like once you start to have symptoms, pretty much it's too late because no one's really checking for the pancreas like that until it starts giving you signs that there's a problem. Former Republican Senator Ben Sasse announced Tuesday that he's been diagnosed with metastasized stage 4 pancreatic cancer and am going to die. Quote, advanced pancreatic is nasty stuff. It's a death sentence, but I already had a death sentence before last week too. We all do. Sasse 53 wrote on X, I am blessed with amazing siblings and a half dozen buddies that are genuinely brothers. As one of them put it, sure, you're on the clock, but we're all on the clock. Death is a wicked thief, and the bastard pursues us all. That is a fact. If there's one thing in this life we are guaranteed is we are all going to die. That's the one thing that we all know. We don't know any other stuff, but that's the one thing we do know. Sasse represented Nebraska in the U.S. Senate from 2015 to 2023 before resigning to serve as the 13th president of the University of Florida. He resigned as university president last year to focus on taking care of his family after his wife was diagnosed with epilepsy. In the Senate, Sasse wrote one of seven Republicans who voted to convict Donald Trump in the second impeachment trial in relation to the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. His frequent criticism of Trump drew the president's ire. Trump called the Nebraska Republican a, quote, grandstanding, little respected senator during the 2022 rally. I'll have more to say. I'm not going down without a fight. Okay, great. That's just the drama. Regardless of whether he got along with Trump or not, or whatever. This is a terrible diagnosis. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. We've lost a lot of people to the same disease, and so, however long you have left, enjoy it. I mean, again, we could die today. I could die today. You could die today. Somebody could die today. Somebody we love could die today. I'm not wishing that. God forbid. We hope that doesn't happen. But life is short, so live your life. So another tragic story is the story of Nickelodeon star Tyler Chase. So apparently he's been located on the streets of California, clearly addicted, um, homeless, and just a lot going on in his life. And it's been a rough one. Life has been rough to this man. And yeah, let's just take a look.
Hey, bro, you brought us so much happiness on TV. I'm gonna bring you a little happiness today, all right?
God bless you, my friend.
You brought us a lot of happiness on Nickelodeon, so
Thank you very much.
no problem, man. It's the least we could do for you.
As it was called, Ned's Declassified, his school survival guide that he created with his best allies, his best friends.
Cool, bro. Hey, you have a good one, okay? All right, so I just got off the phone with the rehab center that Sean Weiss from the Mighty Ducks had posted, saying that they have a bed and a rehab center ready for Tyler Chase tonight if he is coherent and ready to get help. So right now I'm on my way to find Tyler at the same spot that I just saw him at. And hopefully, if he's ready and able to, I'll get him in my car, take him to a rehab center tonight so he could get help. All based off the video that was posted earlier. So appreciate you guys sharing, appreciate you guys putting me in contact with the right people, and hopefully we can get him help. I'll keep you guys up.
Okay, so um okay, I get wanting to help people. I mean, here's the thing that I struggle with. Like I respect, that they're trying to help him, but I just have this issue with putting a camera in people's face when they're at their lowest. I don't know. I just have an issue with that. I just always have. Um because he didn't ask to be filmed. Like he wasn't expected, and so just help him. Like why do we need to grandstand for social media? Just help him. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe am I weird? Am I the weird one? I mean, maybe I'm the drama. You know, um, maybe I'm the drama. If you're gonna help people, just help people. Like I don't have to put a camera in your face. Hey, look who I'm feeding. You know. Yeah, so I just got off the rehab. Like, look, I respect the gesture, but I don't like the posturing of the whole. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The camera the camera in the face thing and giving him money, like, bro, just why do we need to see all that? You know, just help him or don't, but don't exploit him like this. So hopefully he accepted. I don't. Hopefully he accepts and listen. Hollywood is a very vicious machine. It's very exploitative. Um, the highs are great and the lows are worse. And so, um, I don't know what led to his break. I don't know, I don't know much about his life, but it's just unfortunate. And a lot of times you can, I think of all the people when I moved to LA and then the people I met, and then some of them became addicted to drugs, and then some of them, you know, started doing the X movies, uh, for money because they needed the money. And I'm just like, it's a town where you can get caught up very easily, and you can lose your soul very quickly. And not everybody who's famous has lost their souls. I know that, but a lot of times you get situations like this where you're discarded. I can no longer milk you and use you for profit, therefore I don't give a damn what happens to your life. And you slip through the cracks, and then someone just happened to recognize you one day. It's terrible. Remember when Jeffrey from the Cosby Show, when he was working at a Trader Joe's, I believe, and the person snapped the picture of him working as a cashier, and tried to shame him. And I'm like, bro, do you realize how hard it is to be an actor? It's not a lot of money. There's very few Denzels walking around here, right? Very few. Very few. And so when you don't have a lot of that going on, yeah, it's going to be a little tricky, for a lot of act. A lot of actors have a job in some sort of service industry or something where they can just come and go and do auditions and book jobs and be away for 5 months and then come back to the job, because the jobs pay, but they don't, you're not getting Tom Cruise money. Yeah. So yeah, be mindful of that. But his the pitfalls of fame, and I pray that he gets the treatment he needs, and can pull it together. So speaking of addicts, I don't know what created this Hunter Biden Sean Ryan podcast appearance, but and all of this stuff that's being revealed about the Biden administration. I don't know what caused all of it. Maybe it was the pardon, because once people get their pardons, they start acting, brand new. Not all, but some. Anyway, so he went on the Sean Ryan podcast and just basically denounced his father's 4 years in office, and really one of the sticking points making the circulations is the issue of immigration. So go Hunter, go.
Vibrant immigration, but we don't want immigrants that are coming here illegally, draining us of resources, and also and being prioritized above people that are actual literal heroes that are coming home, or that are still recovering from 20 years of endless war, or anybody else in our society, right? But everybody's talking.
Oh, well, there I go talking with no sound. Ah, all right, so let's do that again. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dun-dun. All right, so Hunter, where was that energy when your father was president? Where was the energy? Where was the energy? What happened when your father was president? What happened? What happened? What happened? Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So why all of a sudden you got all this puffy chest and you talking about all this stuff? Oh, because you got your pardon. You know that one was actually signed by your father, so there's no chances of it getting overturned. So so now you puff. Why didn't you say this while he was in office? Why didn't you call out the Afghanistan issue when he was in office? Why didn't you say this? How did this happen? How did we lose 13 servicemen? Why was this such a disaster? Why didn't you probe all these questions at the time if you were so up on the issues and up on everything? Huh? Okay. 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 Listen, I don't trust this man no further than I can throw him. I don't believe much that comes out of his mouth, and we'll see in due time what the opportunity is here that he is trying to seek out. But I don't trust this dude. I don't know. So he's a snake oil salesman, just like his father. Um, anyway, so I do want to bring up one thing from, well, maybe two, but most likely one from Amfest this weekend that we didn't talk about yesterday was JD Vance when he tore into Tim Walz, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, for allowing these Somalians and two other people and all of the Somalians defraud Minnesota programs. So yeah, uh, oh god, so more money has been stolen than the entire GDP of Somalia. There is a woman in Somalia. So yeah, we're out here grifting off the American taxpayer. But the Epstein files.
And this is the moral truth we strive to center in our work in the Trump administration and in this great movement of ours. A true Christian politics, it cannot just be about the protection of the unborn or the promotion of the family, as important as those things absolutely are. It must be at the heart of our full understanding of government. Why do we penalize corporations that ship American jobs overseas? Because we believe in the inherent dignity of human work and every person who works a good job in this country. Why have we worked without the help of Congress to restrict H-1B visas, for example? Because we believe it is wrong for companies to bypass American labor just to go for cheaper options in the third world.
Wow. Right.
We help older Americans in retirement, including by ending taxes on Social Security, because we believe in honoring your father and mother rather than shipping all of their money off to Ukraine. We believe in taking care of the poor, which is why we have Medicaid, so that the least among us can afford their prescriptions or to take their kids to see a doctor. And it's why we are outraged at the injustice of Tim Walz allowing Somalian immigrants to defraud that program to the tune of billions of dollars. It ought to go to Americans, because that's who it's there for.
Exactly. The welfare state. First of all, this dude sounds presidential AF. Like, JD Vance is about to wild out in 2028. I'm telling y'all right now. This is the next president of the United States, y'all. I just want to let y'all know that. But yeah, our social programs, we, the taxpayers of this here United States of America, who get bombarded with letters from the IRS when you can't pay or don't pay or whatever, or you be like, well, why do I still owe you more money? Blah blah blah, penalties, fees, interest, blah 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 blah. These inbreds don't have to suffer through that. Meanwhile, if you and I need a service, we got to go through hell, high water, red tape. No, you make $1 over the limit. Then what the hell are we paying into these programs for? What the hell are we doing here? Why are we giving you our money? Right. The whole point is to be a safety net, right? If something goes wrong, no, what we're doing is we're being forced to overpay to compensate for lazy degenerates who have no claim to the cash that's on hand. That's the problem we're having here. This man, not JD, but the moolie next to him, needs to be impeached. If Tim Walz was a Republican, we'd be calling for his job right now. We'd want him out the governor's mansion yesterday. And the media has tried every angle to try to suppress the story, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can't ignore it at this point. You absolutely cannot ignore it at this point. CBS has started to acknowledge it. I don't know if ABC and NBC and the other ones have started to acknowledge it, but I know CBS has. So yeah. This isn't going to work. Tim Walz needs to go. Tim Walz should not run for re-election. Tim Walz should be out of here. This happened under his watch. Something this massive cannot happen on your watch and you not take the fall for it. Period. Either you're in on it or you just really that stupid. Well, you are a Tim Tard. You know, Tim Tard, stand up. Anyway, moving on. So another thing from the weekend of AmFest, wasn't quite AmFest, was Erica Kirk answering questions about meeting with Candy. Um, listen, from her answer, it just sounded like she was all about business in that meeting. And go.
Do you feel like you have common ground? You have some common ground with Candace? I mean, you both want to honor Charlie's legacy, it seems. I mean, you both say that you want to know exactly what happened. Do you feel like there was some common meeting of the minds there?
I'm not going to speak on her behalf. But what I do know is that my COO and myself, when we walked into that meeting, we were very intentional with why we were there, provided what we wanted to provide to show context and also to show we have nothing to hide, never will have anything to hide. And you just let the Lord do the rest. But I'm not going to sit and judge how anyone interpreted anything outside of myself. So I pray for her, I pray for her family, and let the Lord handle the rest. We're building. I don't have time for the noise. I said my piece, and that's it. And we get back to work.
And the Queen has spoken. That's it. Yeah, it's time to move on. We got so many great things coming in the pipeline with this administration, with politics in general, with the Republican Party, with the conservative movement. We don't have time. We don't have time. We want to get this monkey prosecuted, convicted, and fried by the state of Utah. We got things to do. We got things to do. And this whole distraction was cool for a minute. But what's next? What's next? It's clearly like Erica went in that meeting. She was very clear. This is why we're here. This is what we're going to talk about. You're not privy to that information, nor should you be. And we're good. You know, it is what it is. I thought it was going to stop there, but of course, Candace kept going. And so now I guess she's on break this week because she didn't have I didn't see any clips from a stream yesterday. So I'm assuming she's on break. But yeah, this woman's under a lot of pressure. She's under a lot of pressure to be the head of a conglomerate of a company, which is at the forefront of the Gen Z conservative movement. And so that's a huge responsibility. She's a parent. She's a widow. She has a lot of things that she's working on. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Most people couldn't handle this pressure with such grace. So shout out to Erica Kirk. And yeah, it's time to move on. So now let's go to the beautiful city of Chicago, because of course, Chicago is still in denial about the violence. Chicago is still in denial about the corruption. Chicago is still in denial that the city is almost bankrupt, right? So when you go, and the reason why you know the city was on the bank, because you had a mayor who literally ran on, I am not going to raise property taxes. And then he raises the property taxes. So yeah, people are pissed off, you know. I mean, if you know nothing, I mean, look at George Bush's, the older George Bush, the George H.W. Yeah, George H.W. Look at his campaign. No new taxes. And then the man raised taxes and lost re-election. If you look at any template, look at that one, right? If you're going to tell people you're not going to raise taxes, you better figure it out another way, because the moment you raise those taxes, you're done. You're cooked, right? Because nobody wants to pay more taxes. So anyway, this Chicago resident goes off in a board meeting because they're tired. They're sick and tired. Now, I don't know if Chicago's going to turn red, but Chicago has some serious reflection to do, and people need to stand up, get a pair of balls, and make some firm decisions.
I guess $1 Million Tony couldn't make it today. She too busy loving her home she just got for $1 million, while we just received these high property tax bills.
Wow.
So we all here because of our property taxes. Some here, like Zoe and Miss Jessica, because y'all stealing black people property. So I just want to know, because we just came from the city council meeting. We're coming there, and the city is blaming the county, and now you just blaming Springfield. And then when all these people, when they go to these town hall meetings and you send your puppets, they lie and they blame the invisible white man. Somehow they are pushing us out of our community. They want our property. They want black people property. They never say who it is. They just say, you know who they are. But when I come up in here, I see all black faces. I see Democrats. So are we talking about the Democrats are pushing black people out of their communities? The Democrats hate black people. The Democrats want our property and replace us with illegal aliens, because you all come in these meetings talking about the invisible white person, but we don't never see him, but we see all of you all here. And then you sit here, all these black faces, you sit here, all Democrats, and you sit here all arrogantly like your seats are secure, like we are not coming after these seats. Just like I told Brendan Johnson over there the first time I spoke on that mic, I said the same thing that's making y'all laugh in here gonna make y'all cry. And then you see what's happening. Same thing here. Now I'm giving y'all warning right here.
Preach.
The same thing that's making y'all laugh in here is gonna make y'all cry. Mark my words.
Ooh.
See, y'all sit here too comfortably, thinking that everything, black people stupid. That we don't understand what's going on, that we're going to vote blue no matter who. And all y'all got to do is use the race card. All y'all got to do is call white supremacy, the white man. But we're in a heavily Democratic city from top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
State and city, all Democrats.
Yep.
So can we say that the Democrats are racist white men or white women? Who is it? Because this is what y'all telling us.
Preach.
So I'm letting you all know, Chicago flips red. We are not paying these taxes. We are calling for a boycott on these taxes. Nobody is playing this game no more. We won't pay our taxes until we get a forensic audit on where all our money is going. We're demanding that. We're asking President Trump to send the feds here.
30 seconds.
The DOJ here. We need a forensic audit on where our money is going. And we are not paying no property taxes, and we are calling for a boycott, and we're going around to every ward in the city and calling for it. You all gonna learn to stop playing with us, and you all gonna learn that you all work for us, and none of these seats secure, and we coming for those seats. And you could sit there like you sitting there, like you unbothered, all of you all, but you getting up out of
Next
those
speaker is Dennis White.
Go off about it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because people, President Trump. President has some influence over your life, but the overwhelming majority of things politically that are going wrong in your community is your local leadership. And most of us don't have the balls or don't know where to go and can figure it out pretty easily when these boards meet. When your city council meets, when your school board meets. All of this stuff is public record. All you got to do is look it up and go hear what people are talking about. And then step up to the mic and make it clear. But for the life of me, I do not understand. Governor DeSantis has set the template for property taxes, right? But the problem with Illinois is they can't eliminate the property tax because the state is in such debt and disrepair that if they eliminate the property taxes, the state is going belly up. Mind you, this is the fifth largest state economy in the United States. And it's been mismanaged. Corruption, lies, thievery, ridiculousness. This man ran on not raising property taxes, and he raised it. Nah, we're good. And ain't a Republican in sight. You may have one Republican on that board, has no influence. They're just there praying the tides turn one day. But for the most part, this is on the Democrat Party. All of these failures, Democrat. All of these cities, Democrat. They don't want to solve crime. Why? Because crime is lucrative. As long as they have a task force that's combating violence, they get a federal check. Why would you want to solve the problem of violence when you're going to get a check every fiscal year from the feds? Why would you want to solve homelessness when you're going to get federal checks every year? Why would you solve that problem? Of course, we need homeless people. Keep the people homeless. Yeah. Why would you want to solve any of these actual issues? And then you have a president who gets in there and says, "Well, you know what? If you're not going to do it, I'll step in." Now, oh my gosh, he's overstepping the boundaries. Meanwhile, some of y'all had 100 years to figure this out. Democrats, in some of these instances, have over 100 years to figure this out. Meanwhile, the corruption, the lies, the back end deals, the stealing, the backbiting, the corrupt, all of that stuff has literally destroyed the state of Illinois. And you show me the Republican who was instrumental in that. Yeah, can't find them. Can't find them. And I don't want to hear nothing about Mississippi and Oklahoma and Alabama because for some reason, always those southern states always get attacked in these instances. Like remember when Tampon Tim Tard got called out about them musties stealing the money, and he calls out Oklahoma and Mississippi. I believe it's Mississippi or Alabama. And I go read the GDP of these states. These states are functioning just fine. These are also the states that complied with the federal government when they asked for their SNAP rolls to make sure there are no people illegal or dead getting SNAP benefits. Meanwhile, the state of Minnesota didn't comply. And now we know why they didn't. Yeah. So anyway, keep churning, Chicago. I don't know if Chicago will become red the next election, but definitely if you stay on people's necks, no George Floyd. We'll get there. Mine eyes and seen the glory of the promised land. All right, so let's start talking about the golden age of America that is unfolding before our eyes. Because people, literally the moment Trump took the oath, the moment he was told, wait, hold on. The moment there we go. Sorry. The moment he took the oath, it was like, oh, he didn't solve everything. He's president for 5 minutes. Oh, the chickens. Oh, the cows. Oh, the price of eggs. Oh, it was just, bro, he literally just got back in here. Like, calm the hell down. And what I don't understand is we're going on a year, and all things considered, this man is literally about to wild out on y'all. But we'll start with the most obvious, which is the illegal immigration issue. So far, 2.5 million illegal immigrants have been dismissed, including 1.9 million of them self-deporting. We paid people to leave this country, and 1.9 million of them said, cool, we'll take the money. We'll go back to wherever the hell we came from. Here's border czar, the real border czar, because remember, Kamala wasn't the border czar, although she was the border czar. But when it became politically inconvenient, she was never the border czar. Holman giving us an update.
Tom Holman. Tom, great to have you this morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
How would you assess the president's work on securing this border so far in 2025?
Unprecedented. Nothing like this in the history of the country. Look, we got the most secure border in the history of this nation. The most secure ever. And that's based on real data. I just came back. I just did a border review in San Diego, Texas, and Arizona. I toured the border by air, by boat, and by four-wheel drive. 3 days on the southern border, Maria. Wow. I didn't see a single illegal alien.
Wow. And that's the way we want it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we voted for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the golden age of America. Yeah. You keep this riffraff out. You figure out what's in here. You start revoking CDLs from mongrels who should have never had it. How the hell you have a CDL license and you can't even read English? Our signs don't have translators on them. Our signs on the highways and freeways don't have signs that translate to whatever language you came from. So yeah, you don't speak the language. Meanwhile, we're gonna trust you with a multi-ton vehicle that could kill somebody by literally scraping a car. Yeah. And all of these CDL licenses came from blue states. Blue states are like, yeah, well, hell, they're here. They got to do something. Let's give them a CDL license because that's responsible. That's the most insane crap I've ever heard in my life. I guess there was enough strawberry pickers, so now we're gonna, let's just put the greater American public at risk. But hold on, wait, I messed this up. There we go. So yeah, the fact that there's barely any illegal entries, this asylum crap is out of the way. We got these musty countries on the ban list. Yeah, this is the way it should be. This is what I voted for. This is exactly what I voted for. And also, let's also be clear, the illegal issue is not just our side of the issue. It's also the side of the illegal person. The illegal person has no rights. So when they go to these jobs and they're being paid less than an American would, that's taking advantage of them. And then if you don't even have the what is it, the H-1B1, whatever the hell the visa is called, if you don't have that visa, you're treated even worse. You get paid even less. So why would you advocate for that? Even if we're all for people immigrating here and doing it the right way. But when you do it the wrong way, you get exploited. Why would I advocate for you to be exploited? Why? Why would I? No, I'm not advocating for that. So yeah, it's a win-win. Do it the right way. And then some of y'all, overwhelming majority of y'all got paid to leave. So there you go, pulling on more U.S. resources. But anyway, so oh yeah, and then also speaking of CDL drivers, so the Trump administration has just arrested over 100 illegal truck drivers in California and seized their commercial driver's licenses. Yeah, so this is Gavin Newsom who wants to be your president. Yeah, that's your boy. He put all of those people 100. I'm sure it's far more than 100, but these are the 100 we caught so far out on the road to put your life at risk, my life at risk, all of our families' lives at risk. Yeah, but you're accepting that. That's okay. That's respectable. That's responsible. That's a leader. No, that's bullshit. That's un-American. Yeah. But all else has failed until your child gets crushed by a truck that should have never been driven by a mongrel. Okay, cool. Anyway, now these mongrels are facing deportation, and as well they should. Anyway, Democrats are not going to like this. But I said this. I've been saying this for months now. I've been saying it probably since the summer. I said the golden age of America is coming. And when it does, I don't want to hear no slow singing and flower bringing. In fact, I want you to thank President Trump. So anyway, literally, we are stunned. I think I'm even stunned. I think most economists are stunned. I think most people who predicted the trajectory of this administration is stunned. Trump's White House stuns America by announcing the deficit is down by $600 billion from last year alone. We've had a government surplus running for several months now. But the Epstein files. The Epstein files. Oh my God, the Epstein files. Which turned out to be a nothing burger. Listen, 2026. I'm telling you right now, 2026 is about to be lit. And all of these people around here emotional about whose name is on a building and what holiday and what national park you can. I don't care. I don't care. The bottom line is the overwhelming majority of us want more money in our pocket. We want lower taxes. I want damn near no taxes at this point. Yeah. After seeing that whole SNAP thing play out during the shutdown, I want damn near no taxes at this point. So anyway, we're about to boom. I believe somebody came into my live stream a couple of days ago about inflation. Inflation is now down to 2.7%. Are we going to acknowledge that, or we're going to wait till it ticks up like 2.000000001% and then say, it's up? Now that little thing called fuel, it's on the decline. Many states, unless your state has some really ridiculous gas tax, yeah, that's on the decline as well. So yeah, we've and you know what that creates? That rolls back so that car prices can go down, right? So it's all a cause and effect, right? Right. You start making American things, you produce in America, you work in America, America wins. Not I go to China to get this and then I go get the cars from China. Meanwhile, the markup is ridiculous. And then now you have people coming into my live stream as well. Oh, I'm a car salesman in the right. Yeah, why is that? Did you look into the why? Oh, okay, cool. Because the president already told you what he was going to do. He said, you keep importing these cars, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. He made it very clear. Now the tariffs, because everyone's an economist. All of a sudden, the tariff revenue actually allows for a potential rebate in 2026. So when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to thank the president, or are we going to talk about the Epstein file still? Are we going to talk about some irrelevant AI picture or some blacked out faces of folks who were adult women at a pageant, or fake pictures of President Trump kissing a child, or one where he's literally taking a picture with his daughter and then they blacked out Ivanka's face and made it seem like she was an Epstein victim? Is that what we're doing? It's pretty crazy when it's pretty crazy when they gotta make up a crime, right? Because I told you the Epstein thing was never about victims. The Epstein thing was about, we got to get Trump on something. And then come to find out, Bill Clinton is all up and through them files, and now he's screaming like a hollered dog. Yeah, we're bored. Anyway, we're literally on the cusp of the largest tax refund season ever. And the one big beautiful bill broke it all down on how they're going to do it. They literally just passed no tax on Social Security. So they couldn't get it in the one big beautiful bill. They couldn't figure out the legalese. Now they figured it out. So then, in addition to seniors getting a bump in the earned income credit, they're also going to get they're also not going to pay taxes on their Social Security checks, which I never understood why the hell they were paying taxes on their Social Security checks. They paid into that. The MAGA accounts, the Trump accounts for your kids' future. Why would you not want that? Why would you not want that? That's the stupidest thing to reject. There's literally a task force working on slashing grocery prices, so expect that in the new year. Real incomes are actually on the rise, and here's the key to that, people. Negotiate your salary. When you don't negotiate and you take what they offer you, that's on you. Literally all the job creation going on right now is for native born Americans. That's a win for Americans. How is that not America first? There's a housing plan on the way, and the trade deficit has plummeted. The GDP surged to 4.35%, slashing forecast and delivering the strongest quarter since 2023. So yeah, we're on the way up. And then speaking of wins, remember Doge? The whole, what is Doge doing? Because Doge didn't uncover all the fraud in like 2 seconds. Remember, and everyone disregarded it. So yeah, this is a huge win for Doge. Just hit $214 billion in taxpayer savings in only 11 months. That's $1,329 for every tax-paying American. So when we say, "Oh, Elon, what was he doing there? He wasn't really doing much. He was just in it for himself." Boom.
Amazing leap forward for us, just like software was 50 years ago. And of course, we continue to see savings across how much we're spending on the government side. Jobs are being created in the private sector, not in the government sector. And then inflation is under control, and inflation particularly in red states where we've got low energy prices. And so again, I think we're going to, the tale of two policy paths are going to be that all of the capital, record amounts of capital spending going on in this country, it's going to flow towards those places.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the golden age is loading. So, next year, when you write off your 20 children and your 5 baby daddies, and you take advantage of all of those credits you're going to get. Yes, so while you're here getting all that stuff together, and once you get all that money back, make sure you spend some at ajsrantroom.com. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now, Julia, why don't you put the latest quote that Charlie Kirk said about Nicki Minaj, and then shut the fuck up. All right, cool. And then also the context in which he said she was not a good role model. But then give us the latest quote. Give us the latest quote. Julia, Jesus. So many people died today, and Julia's still alive. Anyway, that's the Lord stopping me from going ham on someone. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you would like to support the channel, you can head on over to ajsrantroom.com. That's ajsrantroom.com. Yes. If you would like to buy me a coffee, you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee app and search AJ's Rant Room, or you can scan this beautiful QR code. We also take cash apps as well at AJ's Rant. The rant experience will not be going down this Friday, but we'll be back January 2nd. And so make sure you check that out every Friday, January 2nd, from January 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meanwhile, you could also go to the podcast playlist and go play all the back episodes so you get a feel of what the show is like. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Anyway, yeah, that's the work. And we'll be back for Christmas Eve, and then we'll be off. I'm not sure if I'll be back next week. I may take the week off, but I'm not committed to that just yet, because I feel like we're on a momentum here. Oh, by the way, here's a quick update. Quick update on my YouTube stats. So we are at where is it? Your videos earn. So we are at 3,890 hours. So we are 120 hours away from full monetization on YouTube. So it looks like, based on the trajectory, that we are going to get there before the new year. So it could be any day now, because YouTube is also 5 days behind, because they have to analyze everything and make sure people aren't cheating. And so they analyze everything and then they give you the hours. And so 5 days later, but so we're at 120 hours away. So if you see I have a binge watch playlist. You can literally just turn on the playlist and let it play in the background on your laptop. Anything to help the movement. Anyway, we've been working our asses off here since April. And so and I'm a one-man band, so give us some grace, But anyway, that's all. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Pat. So we're almost there. We're right there, and binge watch. We also have the podcast playlist for this podcast, the Lunchtime Rant, and then we have the podcast playlist for the Rant Experience. So if you prefer one podcast over the other, you can go there and pick one, or you can just pick all the videos, including the other non-podcast videos that we post on the channel, which will be more frequent and more often in the new year. But yes, appreciate it. Yeah, I know a few people who literally just put on the playlist on like their desktop and just let it roll. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. It's been a crazy 2025, but not entirely lost, but not entirely great either. But thank y'all, and we'll have all the New Year's discussion tomorrow for on Christmas Eve. Anyway, love you long time. Bye.
It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.